Hello, twin flames. Welcome to your reading. This is the Awakened Jenn. All right, so today I'm going to be using a new spread. It's different than what I usually do when I do these readings. It's going to be looking at person A and person B and giving advice for all parties involved. And so person A will be the divine feminine and person B will be the divine masculine, and then we put it all together. All right, and I'm also going to be using my Lightworkers Oracle. So we'll pull one card for the feminine and one card for the masculine, just to kind of see what this tells you what's going on the spiritual path. So what guidance they need for their spiritual path. And since Twin Flame Mission is a very spiritually connected mission, that's why I think it's important just to kind of see where each person is at. And then I'm going to use one deck for the feminine. I will use the Light Seers Tarot for the feminine. And then for the masculine, I'm going to use the Mermaid Tarot. Okay. All right. And I'm also going to pull some cards from the Romance Oracle cards. This just gives like a little snapshot of the current energies for this relationship. All right. So before we get started, I want to take 3 deep breaths together and do the invocation to call in our spirit team. So close your eyes and take 3 deep breaths with me. All right, breathe in. That's 1. Breathe in. That's 2. Breathe in. That's 3. I now call in my angels, archangels, ascended masters, my higher self, and guardian angel to please enter this present space and time. I call upon Archangel Michael to place a bubble of protection around us. Only beings of the highest vibration of pure love and light may enter in. So be it. All right. So, I do offer private readings. I usually tell this at the end, but I'm realizing it's better for me to say it up front. So I do offer private readings, but right now I'm in a transition. I started taking classes in January with Soulful Revolution to become a certified reader on their site. This is a whole new feature that they are adding, and it is almost ready. And I've actually started working with them on the side as well, helping to kind of bring this in. I'm helping to set up the appointment system that's going to be used for it, and then helping to set up instructions for the readers, the other readers that's going to be on it. So I'm doing a whole lot trying to get this thing ready. We are so close. I'm pretty sure that by next month we will have it live, and so as soon as it's ready, I'm going to be linking that down in my description box so you can see all about it. But you can book readings with me through that as soon as it's live. So I will let you know. But right now I'm not doing any extra free readings just because I'm trying to get through this. All right. So I'm going to set intentions as I shuffle. We're going to start with the oracle and then go from there. All right. So the first intention is that anyone who comes across this message, there is something in here for you. I set the intention that anyone who needs to hear the messages that come out in this reading will find it at the time they need it most. I set the intention that all the messages that come out will be for our highest good. All right. I set the intention that I will be given very clear messages, be given all the right words, phrases, and anything needed in order to communicate the message as clearly as possible so that it can be received as it was intended. All right. If you are new to this channel, welcome. If not, welcome back. If you find value in this video, I would appreciate it if you would subscribe to the channel. You can hit the bell for notifications, and it will let you know every time I post a new video. All right. Almost done shuffling. But yeah, we've been working with that tarot certification since January to get completely certified through them. And now it's just a matter of getting the website ready to go for everybody. Okay, so this spread that I'm going to be using is called Tarot for Two. So it just kind of shows you the energies between two different people. All right, deep breath. All right, so what guidance does the feminine need for her spiritual path at this time? Okay, that was fast. We've got Sixth Ray of Devotion. All right, we'll put that together in just a minute. What guidance does the masculine need? Wow, okay. Family of Light. Okay, so we'll put all that together. I am going to go ahead and do the energy of the relationship with the Romance Oracle, and then we'll pull the rest with the tarot. All right. All right, so what is the current energy of this relationship between this group of twin flames? Energy of the relationship. What is going on? All right. Okay. We've got attraction. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. Can't see these very well, but there's a lot of attraction between you two. And you're, to me, that actually says if you're, this to me is that manifesting energy, that you're spending your time just, really thinking about them and calling them into your life. The past life relationship, you have known each other before, which makes complete sense because we are talking about twin flames. And then getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. And so it's time to kind of, I think that is, like, it's a next level in the relationship. You're spending time really trying to get to know each other, and it's not so much about the attraction as wanting to understand each other is what I'm feeling from that. It's not so much about, like, I think that at the beginning of some of these relationships, it's just the passion is so intense. That's about all you can think about. And I think that this is going to it slows things down a bit so that you can actually communicate and get to know each other. Okay. Let's see. Person A is the feminine. All right. So I'm going to shuffle just with the intention. Feminine's energy. We're looking at what is going on with the feminine right now. Okay. So the state of the relationship for the feminine, is the Seven of Cups. So that's a lot of options. We've got how you think you should feel. The Knight of Pentacles, this is being very diligent and determined. How you actually feel. The Nine of Wands. This is a determination too. But it's defensiveness. And then what are you projecting? We've got the Knight of Cups. This is romance. This is the rose-colored glasses. And advice for person A, we've got the Queen of Cups and the Wheel. All right. So Queen of Cups is about your heart space, being in your heart space. It's often a heart chakra opening. And then the Wheel is about closing out cycles. All right. So Let's see what's going on with the masculine. We're using the Mermaid Tarot for him. So the cool part about using two different decks for this is that sometimes you can get the same cards that will come out, and it can show the mirroring between the two. All right, so this is the Divine Masculine. What is state of the relationship? We've got Judgment. Are you going to answer the call? He's hearing the call for the relationship, I think. How you think you should feel? We've got the King of Swords. That's very logical. It's very decisive, but it's a bit cold. How you actually feel? We've got the Three of Wands, and it's in reverse. So the Three of Wands is an expectant energy. This tells me that, like, we're kind of feeling like it's not going to happen. What are you projecting? The Nine of Pentacles. So the Nine of Pentacles is about the harvest coming in. And most decks, this card is a single person. It's a single woman. So to me, that's saying that I don't need anybody. I can do this all by myself. That's the projection that I'm seeing in that. The advice for person B, we've got the Nine of Wands. So that is... So again, I said the Knight of Pentacles and the Nine of Wands had very similar energy about its determination. It's about, the Nine of Wands is about staying the course, and I mean, it's just, don't give up yet. And then the Four of Pentacles came out in reverse. Okay, and that's about your stability. All right, and then we have the advice for the couple. I'm going to pull one card from the first deck. We've got the Seven of Pentacles. So this is having faith. And then one card from here, we've got the Ten of Cups, but it came out in reverse. So we need to, I'm going to have to look at that one because there's resistance to that. So let's see what all is going on. We've got lots of cards on the table now. Okay. So starting with the feminine, we've got the Sixth Ray of Devotion. The Sixth Ray of Devotion bestows the qualities of persistence, unwavering focus, and intensity of feeling. It is a gift of strength to move mountains with your will for what you love. When the Sixth Ray of Devotion appears, you are being given guidance that even if you do not seem to have much worldly power right now, the power of your beliefs can conquer obstacles. The Archangel Uriel helps you receive blessings of the Sixth Ray now. You are receiving a blessing of the Sixth Ray of Devotion. It is serving your soul growth and will help you develop faith in your principles and trust in the power of your beliefs. You will be able to recognize and appreciate the extraordinary strength within you and realize that you have enough willpower to keep working towards your dream, overcoming any obstacle until you are divinely successful. The Sixth Ray reminds you of the power of love, which can conquer anything and everything. Love is empowering, motivating force far stronger than fear. Love is the foundation of authentic spiritual devotion. Devotion to the divine empowers us to bear burdens, overcome obstacles, and manifest all manner of beautiful visions in a world that may at first assure us that our dream is not possible. The Sixth Ray blesses you with spiritual stubbornness and sacred rebellion against any odds. The challenge with the Sixth Ray is to not become so anchored in your beliefs that you become fanatical, judging others because their beliefs are different. You can be unwavering in your adherence to your belief system and yet honor the fact that there are as many paths to the divine union as there are people. That the ways of the universe cause you home to love are not limited. If you do not honor this, you may try to pull people from their own path, which can create unnecessary struggle for them and unnecessary karma for you. The best way to honor the blessing and minimize the challenge of this ray is to share your truth with an open heart and an open mind. Share without agenda. For those working with this energy of power of the mind and emotions will come into focus. You may need to channel your emotional and mental power into worthy projects or practice balancing your intensity with lightness of heart and playfulness so that you don't become harsh or despairing if things appear not to be working out the way that you believe that they should. Then your faith can remind you love always finds a way. When Archangel Uriel connects with you, a tremendous power, the power of the earth, is brought to your aid. Uriel brings healing energy and an ability to cause real effect in the physical world with your mental and emotional power. Remember, you are here to shine your light. Others can choose to use your light to see by until they are ready to discover their own inner light or not. It is not anything you need to worry about. Simply live your truth, trust in your heartfelt beliefs, and devote yourself to love. Finally, as the sixth ray has a special connectedness to religion and love, you are asked to hold the healing power of love in your heart for all of those who are evolving through a life experience involving religious practice. This can help counterbalance the judgment and fear that exist in the hearts of many towards religions that are not their own or that have been a vehicle through which abuse has taken place. Religion on this planet at this time needs love, support, and encouragement to evolve, heal, and grow in whatever way ultimately serves divine love. I now accept of my own free will the blessing and grace of the sixth ray of devotion and its blessings of will, strength, power, and the miraculous power of loving belief. I invite the genuine, unconditionally loving masters and archangels, including Uriel, Christ, Mary Magdalene, and Mother Mary, to assist me and all beings on this earth in integrating the blessing of the sixth ray of devotion. I choose to keep my mind open and my heart soft, my will powerful, and my actions true. May kindness prevail and passionate idealism be tempered by mercy for the greatest good. So be it. Okay, so I just see this means that the feminine has really gone all in on her spiritual path. And that I feel like that also tells me that you're in a position to influence and lead others. But that, like, just like when I'm putting these readings out right now, like my intention is that it's going to hit whoever needs it. So if I only get 5 views on this video and those 5 people got something out of it, I did what I was supposed to do. Now, if whoever needs it was 5,000 people and 5,000 people got what they needed out of it, I feel just as like I've done what I was supposed to do, that I've done my part, satisfied. That's the word, satisfied. Just knowing that I did the part that I was supposed to do, because it's not supposed to be the outcome that is what influences our actions. You know, like, you should be doing it because it feels good to do it. You should be doing it because, like, this is information that you think is valuable to share with others. It shouldn't be about because I want a lot of fame or money or, you know, when you're working in that, with that intention, if that's your focus, your message, it won't have the same impact. It won't have the same turnaround. And so that's what I think is it's just reminding you that the purpose is not about how many people are following along with you, how many followers you have, how many, courses you sell or coaching clients you have, any of that. It's about the work that you're doing. So even if it impacts only one person and you know that this is the work that you were called to do, this is still important work. So that's what I'm seeing from the feminine side. And I thought that it lined up really well with the cards that came out in the tarot, because there is a diligence. There is I am moving forward on this path. I know exactly where I'm headed. That kind of thing. The only thing is this card has some confusion with it, but I still think that the feminine is still pretty focused and knows pretty solidly about what she's actually trying to accomplish. All right, so for the masculine, we've got the family of light. Okay. Okay. The limits that much of humanity place on their love, that they will love their own family, country, religion, or community better than they love those on the outside, do not restrain your heart. You are capable of loving humanity, of loving all of creation on earth as an extended spiritual family. You will love all as your own. You are meant to belong to a broader family of light. While some souls have incarnated to learn about us and them, others have the purpose of teaching unconditional, all-embracing love. You are one of these. You have taken life to love the many, not just a few. I'm going to stop there and just say that that is so aligned with what the Twin Flame mission is, that it is about you are here to bring in unity, not just between yourself, not just between you and your twin, but overall. It shows how to bring unity into this world. And so that's the mission that you have been called on. For this life purpose to be anchored, issues in your biological family may keep you from bonding with them in a typical way. Perhaps you were the odd one out in your family, the one whom no one really understood. Perhaps you felt loved but couldn't live the way that your family seemed comfortable to live. Maybe you lost family members through divorce, disease, depression, and death, or through addiction or emotional immaturity that left you disconnected from key family members. If your father figure was absent, while you must do the emotional healing work to process the pain, understand that the purpose of that absence for your own spiritual connection to remain intact, pure, and powerful. If your mother was absent, while you are advised to do the emotional work to process the pain, understand the purpose of that absence. For you to look beyond your immediate family to find your place and find yourself belonging to and being devoted to the entire human race. This pain was a part of how you remain unconditioned by the more typical family bonds. While these bonds are necessary for many souls to experience their life lessons, the difficulty that you may have experienced regarding them helped push you to become a child of love. You had to seek family in an expansive way, remaining open as you search for love, rather than feeling satisfied by your immediate tribe and closed to those outside of it. You can come through your experience not as a victim of circumstance, but as an empowered soul. Process it, heal, forgive, and step into the spiritual blessings gained through your atypical relationships with your biological family. Although you were not meant to belong in a traditional way to your family of origin, you should not be denied the love that you need. You are here to build a human family joined by more than blood or legal union. It will not just be you loving the world, but the world loving you. The power of your heart to give and receive love shall not be wasted. So it is time to gently undo the patterns of attempting to fit in. Instead, trust that you are exactly where you are meant to be. When you do, your magnetism will draw love and friendship from those who vibrate at a similar level of consciousness to you. Leave past hurts and rejection behind. You no longer need them to grow. Be brave. Pray to connect to your family of light, not only in spirit, but also here on earth. Let them in. Know that you belong here in spirit and in body to be loved, held, touched, listened to, and accepted just as you are. I choose of my own free will to receive all assistance from unconditional love so that I can peacefully process any unresolved hurt, rejection, abandonment, judgment, or betrayal. I have learned how to love more unconditionally through my experiences. I have learned that love allows all beings to freely choose how they wish to live. I wish to live with openness, love, and connection in spirit and in the flesh, with those who can accept my love and love me too. Through divine grace, I ask for assistance in attracting my soul tribe and family of light, heavenly and human, that I may experience belonging and conscious community, sharing my light and love with others. Through unconditional love, may all beings feel the blessings of true family, of deep abiding divine love. So be it. Okay, so there's just a few things that were coming through. The one thing is that it's kind of leading me to believe that the masculines really have not had strong family connections throughout their life, that they're pretty disconnected from their family probably still. And so I think that they may have felt very lonely, been loners for the majority of their life, and that now then, as they're realigning and really stepping into their power, the right people who are going to appreciate them for who they really are going to show up. So this is kind of reminding me of this thing that I heard. It's a video I've watched. It's been a while. So we usually attract relationships in the wrong way, sort of in a backwards way. So how we typically try to approach relationships, we see somebody who is interesting to us. We want to get to know them. We want them to be in our lives. And so we start kind of studying them, learning about them. What are the things that they like? How do they like to live? And we start adapting ourselves to be what they like. And so when they show up in our life, the thing that attracted them into our life is us showing up the way that they wanted us to show up. And so this is where we get into a lot of people-pleasing tendencies, is because you are trying to show them that I can be all of this stuff that you say you like. So you're people-pleasing to get them to be your friend, to get them to be in your life, to get them to be your partner, whatever. But after a while, you start realizing the only reason why this person is even in my life is for the things that I'm doing for them. Like, because that's the way you set up that relationship. Hey, look, I can show up. I can cook. I can show up. I have things, money. I can show up. I have, like you were just like throwing stuff at them. And yeah, they were taking it in because that's exactly what they were looking for, was someone who would provide these certain things. But you want to be respected and appreciated because you're kind, because you're giving, because you're fun to be around, because you are intelligent. You have all of these other things that you want to be appreciated for. But like, you're looking at this person only sees you as a bank. This person only sees you as free babysitting. This person only sees you as like, however you set it up. So the shift that needs to happen with, the way that we're doing relationships that helps to bring in this family of light is you show up as you. What is it that you want to be appreciated for? If it's your intelligence, then show up with your intelligence. If it's your spirituality, show up in your spirituality. Be completely, fully you. And so if you're in a relationship and they say, or you're in the beginnings, you're talking to someone, they're like, I really love to go to the gym every morning at 4 a.m. If that's not something that you want to be a part of your life, you need to be honest about that. Yeah, that's not going to happen. I am not the person who gets up at 4 a.m. I enjoy my sleep way more than that. And so don't just do it just trying to impress somebody else, because that's the part that they are going to value you for, is the parts that you've shown them that, yes, I can be this. And so like in narcissistic relationships, that's why the love bombing thing is so successful, is because, yeah, they are showing you everything that you want. They were listening to everything that you were saying, and they were showing you everything that you want. The problem with that is that once they flip that off, they stop giving you any of that. And then you're left with, so it's just better if everybody just shows up as who they really are, because that means that the people who come into your life at that point, if you are showing up as authentic as to who you are, the people who are going to show up then are there for the right reasons, for the reasons that you want to be appreciated for. They are going to connect in those exact ways, because that's the way that you're attracting them. So it's changing the way that you're attracting people is the shift that I think is happening with the masculine. It's just kind of, you're being more authentic, and it's letting you see that there are people out there who do value who you are, that maybe the people in your hometown, maybe the people in your home couldn't value you for that. And that comes back to, there's a part in the Bible where Jesus talks about he wasn't able to do miracles in his hometown because they just couldn't see him outside of the way that they have portrayed him, the way that they have grown to know him, the way that he showed up, in all of the other ways. They couldn't see him outside of this space. That's what they valued about him. It was that he was this. He was the carpenter's son. He wasn't the savior of the world, to them. He wasn't this great spiritual teacher. He wasn't, someone who had amazing healing abilities. He was just a carpenter's son, so they couldn't see him outside of that. All right. So the feminine we have, all right. So the current energy state of the relationship, we've got the feminine is sitting with a lot of options, and the masculine is feeling the call very heavy because he's got the judgment card. And the judgment card is about that call that is being placed on your life. This is, and he's hearing it very loud and clear. And then she sees that there's tons of stuff available to her, and she's just trying to figure out what is the best path so that, I don't mess this whole thing up. We've got the how you think you should feel. So the Knight of Pentacles is about, it's a lot of work. Knight of Pentacles. Diligence and hard work, determination, steadfastness, building, material security, safety, being pragmatic, expansion. Seed by seed, I plant my future with my rock steady foundations of faith. So, you just feel like, to me, this tells me that you think that this should be hard, because this is a lot of hard work. So you think that this whole process should be hard. And if that's the way you think, that's the way it's going to show up, that it is hard. And then the masculine, we've got the King of Swords. So the King of Swords is intelligence, logic, rules and law, clear thinking, a strong communicator and leader, truth and proof, blending mental and spiritual pursuits, bravery and courage. I make intelligent and wise decisions about my future. So he's trying to be very logical. He thinks that he has to be very logical. And so when you try really using your mental logic on spiritual concepts, it's going to be very difficult, because some of the stuff is just outside of the logic that we have come to know, that the stuff that we have learned about how things work. So I think that that's part of that. He feels like he's supposed to be very wise and logical, and maybe parts of this process of this call don't seem very logical. Okay, so we've got how you actually feel. So for the feminine, it is the Nine of Wands. That is a very defensive, but I feel like she feels like she's almost there, that she feels confident that if I just hold on just for a little bit longer, I'm going to get there. So I've got determination, resilience, defiance, a last defense, the final push, excitement for what's to come, finding motivation in the face of difficulties. I push beyond my own perceived limitations, and I remain open and trusting as I do. Don't give up now. You're almost there. As you round the corner towards success, something may surface that threatens your feelings of security and achievement. It's important to remember how far you've come. Don't see this minor deceleration as a symbol of failure. Step into your resilient last stand, one final push to complete this task, and tomorrow you can rest. In shadow, this card suggests that you are making things harder than necessary or being overly defensive. You may even be inadvertently choosing the more difficult path. And so that's what I was trying to say, is like, I feel like that because you think it's supposed to be hard, you're making it more difficult than necessary. Like even this part, I think that you're overthinking this. You're overthinking what you actually need to do, because as long as you are working the path, you are doing your part, it is all lining up. It is coming together. And so when you're working on you, it actually impacts the twin too. It is like what you do for you will affect them as well. and vice versa. And so as long as you continue to do your work, it automatically impacts the twin. It automatically impacts the relationship and helps to bring the alignment in. So just keep doing that, but not with the focus of it has to be so hard. How about let's make it fun? All right. And so the masculine had the 3 of Wands in reverse. So like I said, that is an expectant energy, but then when it's in reverse, we have not dreaming big enough, fear coming up to block your movement, delays. So, while there is still work to be done, know that you are headed in the right direction and that you will see your big waves coming in soon. When they arrive, you may not know exactly how to ride them, but you will be ready to learn. Look for that new relationship, the new client, or that lucky break on the horizon. For the arrival is imminent. I am expectant and optimistic, and I know that my dream is on the way. So just kind of just reminding yourself that it is coming, like, because this tells me that, like, the actual feelings are that it's not actually going to happen. That you don't believe, like, because you've gotten so much in here with this logical thinking that how, because you're looking at the 3D. You're looking at how things are in the 3D and not realizing that all the shifts take place in the 5D first. It's a spiritual shift that happens first. And so then it's going to hit in the energetic system first. It's going to come out as thoughts. Thoughts affect our actions, and the actions are what bring in the manifestation. But like, you feel like because you're looking on the outside that it hadn't happened yet, like that it's supposed to happen first and then that verifies, but that's not really the way this works. Here, it's happening outside of your awareness first. And then that's what shifts everything from there internally to get you refocused. Okay, so, and I've seen a couple of 9s out here too, so that's good. That it does show that we're nearing the end. There's some 10s as well. So it is showing that we are nearing the end. We've got the 9 of Wands came out twice. We've got the 9 of Pentacles came out. All right, and then we've got the 10 of Cups, and the Wheel is a 10 card as well. So that tells me that, like, we really are getting close to the end of a cycle, of the end of this cycle. Okay, what are you projecting? So the feminine is projecting the Knight of Cups. So the feminine is projecting that she wants a relationship. The feminine is projecting that, you know, she wants that happily ever after. But I guess what's funny for me is that the masculine is projecting that he wants his singlehood, that he can do this all by himself and that he's completely comfortable doing that. I'm actually going to read that card, the 9 of Pentacles. Okay. Spiritual and material satisfaction, personal achievement, inner peace, milestones met and celebrated, the energy of a successful harvest, contentment. You know those moments when everything feels a little bit brighter? You are reaching one of those moments, a culmination of hard work and desire, when you will be stepping into your manifested hopes. These moments of spiritual and material bliss are highly personal and serve as funnels of glowing success. Look for the feelings as it surges into your heart and use its power to move mountains, spread love, and enjoy your harvest. Go ahead and bask. You deserve it. Spending some time alone will help you to process your progress. Then celebrate. In shadow, this card can suggest that you may be working too hard and not seeing enough in return. Examine feelings of self-worth and look at your energy balances in and out. The reward must always equal your energy expenditure, and if you sense an imbalance, then it's time to make amends. The harmony and harvest that you seek are in front of you now. I enjoy the bliss and abundance that I have sown. And so, to me, that is just keeping the faith that the harvest comes in, the tides do turn, that your ships come in, all of those things to affirm that the abundance is coming, that the union is coming, that what you are trying to manifest in is going to show up. It just takes time. After you've done your part and you planted the seeds, you watered, you fed, you did everything that you were supposed to do. You just have to wait for the maturity of the plants to bring in the harvest. But the projection here is just that I don't need anybody, that I don't need the help. And then again, her projection is this, did I read that one? The Knight of Cups is love, romance, a classic romantic, passionate soul, artistic tendencies, creativity, wearing your heart on your sleeve, seeking connection, being in love with the idea of love, chivalry. I am in touch with my emotions. So yeah, the feminine is just all about like really fantasizing about this relationship, whereas the projection that the masculine is putting is that I'm fine on my own. Maybe I'm fine on my own. All right, so the advice for the feminine is we've got the Queen of Cups and the Wheel. So the Queen of Cups is just staying in your heart space. It's really just, being open, following your heart. And I think I talked about that here in that that the work you're doing doesn't have to be hard. Like when you're following this space, it feels good. Everything, like I know it feels good. It's rewarding. This has a very rewarding feeling. So I'm following what feels good. And then this is about closing out cycles. So it's time to finally close out some pattern that's continued to repeat in your life. Let me pull some cards. What is this pattern? All right. So we've got the Eight of Wands. So that is about travel and communication. It's very fast moving energy. Maybe it's moving too quickly about things. Let's see. We've got the Ace of Swords. It's about the truth, about communicating the truth. Speaking very clearly about, okay. And then the Three of Cups. That is your soul family. That is your connection. I'm going to read that card. Three of Cups. Three of Cups. Friendships, abundance, cooperation, community, closeness with siblings, joy, communication, celebration, soul contracts. The packs that you run with and the kindred connections that you forge are not always defined by blood, yet they are your living and breathing support system. Deep friendships are the family that we choose, and these sacred connections are to be cherished and nurtured. In the best and worst of times, your companions serve as mirrors, allowing you to see who you really are through their eyes. Who do you need to reach out to for support? Call in your besties and enjoy the warm laughter that comes from a powerful soul group. Your mutually loving and beneficial bond carries vibrational attractions that are often ancient, and any setbacks arising from miscommunications or disharmony with others may be old wounds or patterns that are resurfacing to be healed. If an important connection has gone awry, it may be time to make amends. If you need to commit more energy to cultivating friendships, trust your heart to lead you. I connect into this sacred siblinghood and into this expansive experience of witnessing through time. So I think that the cycle that's closing out is about the communicating truth about your friend groups, your alignment, who it is that you want in your life. To me, this just comes back to the being authentic to attract in those who are truly aligned with your personal truth. But you've got to make sure that you're communicating it, and you can communicate not just by speaking it, but by living it out. So the masculine's advice, we've got the Nine of Wands. So that is hold on, don't give up. This is standing your ground. It's determination. It's diligence. It's just that one final push. You're almost there. So don't give up. Don't give up on this idea that it's going to happen for you. It is coming. And then we've got the Four of Pentacles in reverse. I want to see. The Four of Pentacles is about your stability, and it can have a lack mindset. And so if you're telling yourself it's never going to happen for you, you're probably going to be right, because you will. Your brain wants to prove you right. So if you're sitting here saying it's never going to happen, it's never going to happen, your brain is going to be looking for proof that that's true. It's never going to happen, because let me see what I'm trying to. There's things that are trying to come in, and so say you happen to check your Instagram and you see that your person is out with another person. And that might be the setback that tells you, see, it's never going to happen. She doesn't even know I exist. It may be she's distracting herself. Maybe that was a cousin. Maybe that, like, I don't know. There might be other things going on. You may not have all of the information. She may be putting on a show for a lot of people, including you, just so that she can kind of bypass her feelings on this or whatever, but I mean, you don't fully know without the true communication. So the Four of Pentacles in reverse is hoarding, coveting, lack mentality, placing too much value on money, and need to be more charitable. So this is usually in relation to money too, but I feel like it's the lack mentality. I feel like that because of this part too, is that you just really think that it's not going to happen. So that's the thing, is you got to work on the resistance to your lack mentality, and know that if you just, keep going, don't give up, that it is coming in. The advice for the connection for both of you. We've got the Seven of Pentacles. So the Seven of Pentacles is about having faith in in the foundation that you've already built, having faith. And then the Ten of Cups in reverse. That is why that one's confusing me that it came out in reverse. I think it's the resistance of, like, it's really resisting the happiness. We've got disharmony or disputes, miscommunication, struggling relationships, unrealistic expectations, not feeling worthy of love, a delay. I think it's about working on this, working on the resistance of this energy. What's holding you back from accepting your happiness? It happens. It happens. Let me ask that question too. I'm just going to pull with the Light Seers Tarot. What is holding you back from accepting your happiness? Okay. So we've got the Devil. The Devil is part of what is holding you back. So this is about your toxic tendencies. It's about feeling trapped. It's a codependency. It's addictions. Those things, I think that maybe that's even part of what could be keeping the masculine from thinking that he's not good enough to be in this relationship. Maybe if he's looking at his life versus the feminine, and maybe the feminine, because I feel like the feminine has really taken off on her spiritual path just based off of the oracle cards that came out. And maybe he's comparing himself. I'm not even in the same place. How can we be the same soul if she is like, wait, and I'm using she, just understand you can change this out however it fits for your situation. But she's way up here spiritually, and I'm just now just kind of getting started, even trying to learn. I can't even have conversations with her, right now, because of how vast her knowledge is versus what I feel like I know. So that, I think, is part of what's holding you back here. We've got the Emperor, so that's the divine masculine, and it's also about ego. To me, that was the first thing that I felt is what is holding you back from accepting your happiness? Ego. And so the divine masculine sort of represents the 3D. And so again, if he is only looking at what's happening in his reality in front of him, not realizing that it happens here spiritually in 5D first, and then kind of comes in energetically and then comes out, that the physical expression literally is the last part of this process. But then we also have the Page of Wands. So this is about your passion, your joy, your inspiration. The Page of Wands. Explosive creativity and infectious enthusiasm, ideas aplenty, creative beginnings, a newly found inspiration, honing a new skill or passion, curiosity and trying new things, gifting yourself permission to dream, great energy for creative ideation and brainstorming, a youthful spark. As the dreamer of my dream, I spontaneously and passionately ignite this flame. The page is a free spirit who carries infectious enthusiasm with her. Delight in her youthful, raw, and exuberant creative energy and pay attention to the new ideas that are bubbling to the surface at this time. You will find flashes of inspiration here. Inspiration that comes bundled with the massive potential. If you are feeling the creator angst of not having any solid plans to bring these insights to life, let go of your need to formalize your plans right now. Giving your ideas the space that they need to develop before sharing them prematurely will allow their wings to fully form. Their potency is limitless. Let them breathe. Spend any extra time in the pursuit of the imagination, and if you are feeling any lack of ambition or drive, or feeling devoid of the inspiration that this card illuminates, know that you will find this fire when you allow yourself to dream. So, you've got to allow yourself. I saw that word coming out a lot. You've got to allow yourself to accept this. That's part of it, is that you're not choosing it. You won't allow the expression of this energy to come out. So how can we move forward? How can we start moving forward? Okay. All right, so we've got the Six of Wands. This is about public recognition, putting yourself out there. That's putting yourself out there, making yourself vulnerable, because I realize that when you're standing there bearing yourself in front of everybody, that gives opportunity for lots of people to start attacking parts of you that you're a little bit insecure about. So, it's hard to put yourself out there in a public way. But this is what it's asking you. Put yourself out there. Risk the vulnerability. Risk failing. We've got the Judgment. So this is about answering the call. I'm going to read that in just a second. And then we've got Strength. So just knowing that you are strong enough to do whatever it takes. So a lot of times when you're choosing one thing, that means that you're not choosing another thing. Or if you're already you already chose this, but I want that, you've got to do something with this, right? And so I think that that's part of what the strength is understanding that you are strong enough to make the shifts necessary to get you out of this space and get you to where you want to be. All right, I'm going to read the Judgment card. Self-realization and understanding, spiritual awakening, redemption, knowing your motives and your heart to be true, total transparency. And that's also another thing it's just being completely transparent and honest. A glorious unveiling of spirit. You have judged others and have been judged yourself, And you are awakening to the understanding that the only approval that really matters is your own. Are you doing your best with others and with yourself? It's time to shed any negative facades, drop the mask behind the mask. It may feel risky, yet this profound act of self-acceptance will unleash your absolute essence. You are a light, shadow, matter, and consciousness, and you are a miracle. Why then do you keep your true nature hidden away from the world? There is no way to really understand your full potential until you are open and honest with your own heart, without judgment. To expand and evolve requires this colossal forgiveness of self. Forgive your beautiful soul. Accept your beautiful heart. As you do, you consciously answer the call of your highest self, and the vastness of your horizon will make itself available to you. All right, so it's just answering the call. And being completely transparent about your intentions in this. Okay, let's see. Do I have anything else that I want to ask on this? What does this situation look like in 6 months' time? Whoa. Okay, there was a lot that came out. All right. All right. All right, so we've got the Fool. So this is putting your trust into the universe and what God has for you. That's the full trust ball. Like I'm taking a whole new, it's a new beginning. It's going in a whole new direction. So to me, this is, I've made the choice that I'm going to do this, that I'm going to take the jump. And then this, the Page of Pentacles, is manifesting in the new opportunities so that you can actually put it into practice. And then we've got the Seven of Wands is having very good boundaries and protection around you, knowing that you are protected and knowing that if you're part of the Twin Flame mission, that this is guided by lots of energies, you know, outside of your awareness, likely. We've got the Page of Swords. This is learning new things. It's education, educating yourself about, you know, this process. It's possibly having to learn new things to, you know, create a whole new career. And then the Ten of Wands is about letting go of your burdens, walking away and moving away from burdens. So I feel like that things get a lot lighter and freer in 6 months' time. And then, you know, we're taking the plunge. Let's see what happens. Let's see what's up. All right. So I'm going to stop there. If you have found value in this video, I would appreciate it if you would subscribe to this channel. You can hit the bell for notifications and it will let you know every time I post a new video. If you comment, like, and share, that helps to tell the algorithm to keep pushing it out to more people. It helps to grow my channel and I greatly appreciate it. Again, I do offer personal readings, but right now I'm in a transition. So come back in a couple of weeks. Hopefully I'll have that down in the description box ready to go for you if you're interested in a personal reading. All right. Other than that, I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day. I feel like that the biggest part of this message was to the masculine. It's just, you know, to keep the faith and don't give up. Don't give up. And then for the feminine, I think it's really just keep doing what you're doing on your spiritual path. Just stay so focused and connected with that, I mean, that is bringing the alignment in. And I know that like everything that you're doing, the masculine is feeling it and he's seeing it. And, you know, it's motivating him in his own mission and purpose. So, all right. Hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day and I will see you next time.